Some huge trade deadline news went down last week. We got a lot to talk about with the huge change of the NBA. And of course, what hasn't changed, the Chicago Bulls still suck. So we're going to talk about that too and a little bit more on another episode of. All right. We'll start with Kevin Durant trade. Wow. I remember it
Yeah,
got Wednesday at midnight last week, and
yeah,
he's not going to play for the next couple of weeks because he's still hurt. But that
yeah.
move was insane. It shakes up the NBA. It makes the Eastern Conference contenders a little bit easier. It makes the West even more complicated. So, what does it do for the Suns? And then we'll talk about what it does for the Western Conference. So, what were your initial reactions?
Yeah, so the Suns gave up Miles or Mikal Bridges, who's obviously a super important piece. I mean, he just dropped 45 last night. But he wasn't at his full potential there in Phoenix. He's a great 3-and-D guy, probably the best in the league.
Yeah, up
So
there
it
for sure.
hurts a lot to give a guy like that up, but when you look at it in the long run, you got the best scorer in the NBA in Kevin Durant. So, I
Yeah.
mean, this will be the first time in Devin Booker's career that he won't be guarded by the best defender on the court. The
And I,
first time in his entire career.
which is good because I've been saying for a while that I don't think Devin Booker is the first option on a championship team. I think he is probably the best second option on a championship team up there with Jaylen Brown. I think both of them can't be firsts. They can be really, really good, but they will be great seconds, and that's what Devin Booker is going to be.
That's what they
And I
are
think
right now. Yep.
the only question with the Suns is depth and defense. I mean, is Devin Booker really going to lock down? Is
Right.
CP3 really going to is CP3 going to be able to guard Luka or Kyrie? Or
That's
is that
that's going to be the problem. The problem is perimeter defense. They got Terrence Ross in the buyout market as well, who I really like coming from Orlando.
Yep.
He's really good, really solid there at least his whole career.
And I
Um,
mean, because what they have Torrey Craig, and then
Torrey Craig is going to start at the three, probably. They have like Josh Okogie as well.
but
So,
and
like,
he doesn't
not
hurt.
a lot of depth at forward, like,
No,
at all. Like, you
no.
got KD, who's probably the best depth right there, the best player, but the depth isn't there. I mean, you lost Jake Crowder as well. You also lost Cam Johnson. So, those are three starting caliber forwards that you lost in that trade right there. And it was probably worth it, but you
Yeah,
are
I mean,
have to make that up somehow.
we gotta think about that. It is the playoffs. The playoffs, you do go down to a 7 to 8 man rotation, so depth won't play as big of a role, but it will play a role because the Western Conference playoffs are going to be grueling. You're going to
Yeah.
need like teams like Denver, Golden State, even the Lakers now, Dallas, they have deeper teams than Phoenix does. I think Phoenix is the best overall talent. I have them right behind Denver uh, as my favorite to come out of the West,
Hmm.
but they don't have the same defense. They don't have continuity yet. They're going to get about a month of Kevin Durant, and they're going to have a month to figure out how to play together before the playoffs start.
Yep.
Then they're going to have to jump right in, and you're going to have to play a first round matchup because the West is so stacked against maybe the Clippers, against Memphis, against Golden State. And do you really want to place any of those teams in the first round?
No,
No.
definitely not. But that star power is going to carry them a long way. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
as much
You'll
as they
carry them to the
can't
conference
defend
finals.
anybody, nobody can guard them. That's for sure. Like the
True.
second best defender on any team can't guard Devin Booker one on one.
But I will say you other teams can put better defenders on Phoenix's stars than Phoenix can put on other
Yeah.
team stars. Because when it comes, and I want to talk about this like a Dallas versus Phoenix potential series is going to be super interesting. Because last year we saw Luka Doncic. I know Chris Paul in his career has been like he's been called a good defender and he's been up there in steals, but Chris Paul's not a good defender anymore. Chris Paul last year, they looked for Chris Paul, they got him to switch, and Chris Paul's in foul trouble every game because of that. It's only going to be worse with Kyrie Irving now on that team. Who's defending either of those guards?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, you got to
No,
put Torrey Craig on
Luka,
Luca.
right? And then is Kyrie just going to cook? Because that's
I mean,
probably what's
yeah,
going to
you're
happen.
gonna if you have Devin Booker and Chris Paul in the game, they probably have to be on him some way or another, which kind of
Right.
sucks. But
And don't get me wrong, Phoenix will score with them. They will. And that series will probably go 6 or 7 games one way or the other. But it will be interesting. You don't think it will? You think Phoenix will run that? Oh, see, I'm really high on Dallas now because I look at what they did last year
okay,
with just Luca. You give him Kyrie, and who's been playing great since they're still figuring out how to play like at the end of games together,
Mhm.
but they look really good together. You have Reggie
Yeah,
Bullock, who I'm not saying is anything special, but he's a good 3-and-D guy. You still have Dwight Powell, you still have Maxi Kleber, you still have Tim Hardaway Jr., you still have Josh Green. Those four guys are all better than the depth that Phoenix
yeah,
has. All better than the
definitely,
depth that Phoenix has.
definitely. And they have two superstars.
Right.
Um,
So
Give me Phoenix for sure. If
I
they play each other in a
so
7 game series,
I agree.
Reggie
But give me
Bullock
Phoenix in seven
and
though. Give me Phoenix in seven. Not it's not a 5-game series. It's definitely not a sweep. And I could see it going more than six. I would see that series going 7 games.
I think a big factor that we're leaving out of this, we haven't even brought this guy's name up yet, is DeAndre Ayton.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that's massive in a
That's true.
Phoenix Dallas series, in any series. The fact that they didn't have to give him up as well in a Kevin Durant trade is huge for them. I know he's been disgruntled there in Phoenix or whatever, but he's got his money
I agree.
and they
And
should
now
be
with the
fine.
chance to win, he's probably happier.
Yeah. He doesn't need
Yes.
to score 20 points a game for them to win a title. Like, that's not on him anymore. He can just
Yeah.
be himself, rebound the basketball, and play good
And
defense. Remember
he has
the
looked great
Lakers
too.
series? What he did to Anthony Davis in the Lakers
Oh yeah, he
series?
looked great. I mean, the
He was
problem is
cooking
DeAndre
them.
Ayton gets a lot of hate because Giannis killed him in the
Yeah,
finals. And I mean, you can't really blame him because Giannis has killed everyone that playoffs.
he did. So, like, and he's like pretty cringy, but like, that's another reason why people don't like him. He's a very above average center. He's a top 10
Yeah.
center in the league,
I
probably.
mean, I think him and Vooch are on the same level, if not him being a little bit better than Vooch, just
Yeah,
because
just
he's
because
got
of his
more
like
athleticism.
versatility and
Yeah.
athleticism. But yeah. Also, let's talk about the net side of this for a little bit. They got a bunch of pieces back. They got
Yeah.
4 unprotected first round picks. All four
Yeah.
of them are, I'm pretty sure, and they're like starting later. Like they're gonna have an unprotected pick in 2029, which is 6 years from now.
Right.
No,
And
nobody except maybe Devin Booker is still on the team for the Phoenix Suns in 6 years.
yeah. And
Like
also look at
that's all up in the air. I think it's a great trade for them. Mikal Bridges is a star. Dorian
uh,
Finney-Smith is good. They got
so
5
yeah,
second round picks out of Jay
let's look
Crowder.
at let's look at the roster because you have Cam Thomas, you have Seth Curry, you have Joe Harris, you have Dinwiddie, you have Dorian Finney-Smith, you have Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton, Royce O'Neal. I just named 9 of probably the 15 best role players in the league.
Yeah, I mean, and there's more too, like
And
Seth Curry, Joe Harris.
they're on one team. They're all on one team.
Yeah, there's a
So
bunch of them.
this team reminds me a lot of that Brooklyn Nets team with D'Angelo Russell, who was just a
Yeah,
really, really fun team to watch. They're
definitely.
young, they got a lot of talent. Are they gonna make any noise in the playoffs? Probably not. They'll probably be a first round exit, but they'll be a tough out and they'll be fun to watch. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone's
and
gonna
at the
root for
same
them
time,
against whoever they play.
all those guys are under contract, one and two. Like at the deadline, apparently they were offered 4 first round picks for Mikal Bridges and 2 more first round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith. Like that's
Yeah.
6 picks you can turn those guys into like
And
whenever you
also
want.
they also got 5 second round picks for Jay Crowder. Not saying the second round picks are amazing, but 5 second round picks are
That's a
still more
lot.
picks. That's a
Yep.
lot of picks to work in trade deals because I don't think Brooklyn's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna wait for all these picks. No, they're gonna use them. They have
No.
the most assets in the league. They have multiple picks to trade. They'll probably keep some.
Yeah.
They have a lot of seconds to give. Seconds were flying like crazy at the deadline, so
Yeah,
they
they
got a lot
were.
of those to give, and they got a lot of really good role players that plenty of championship teams will be interested in.
Another thing that's important to note about this Brooklyn Nets team is they have no reason to be bad because they don't have their own first round picks. Houston
Yes,
has them in the James Harden trade.
right.
Houston has them for like 3 more seasons, I think, 2 or 3 more seasons. So
Yeah,
there's no reason to tank if you're the Brooklyn Nets at all. So why would you move a guy like Mikal Bridges or Dinwiddie? You don't
exactly.
have
Yeah.
any reason to be a bad basketball team because your pick isn't yours. So
Right. I think they will. I think within 2 years, we'll be talking about the Brooklyn Nets as a contender again.
I agree. I mean,
Um,
Mikal Bridges is such an important piece in that. Like
yeah.
having a 3 and D guy like
Well,
that is massive.
and if
And
Cam Thomas does develop his playmaking a little bit more, like he could be a really good player in the league. He could be 18 and 5 a game if he can develop his playmaking. or he can be the best six man in the league. He can be the next Jamal Crawford. I
I
think
see, yeah. Like he's always going to be able to score, and I think
right. It depends on what direction the Nets want him to go and
yeah.
what he wants to do with his what he wants to be. But there's Cam Thomas has the talent to go a lot of different routes in his career.
And he
And
has the opportunity right now.
and he does. And he's been showing why he's deserving of the opportunity. He's been putting up buckets again against everyone that we've seen. He is coming off the bench again now, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
that is
Dinwiddie's
probably the best six man option right now that I've seen in the league up there, top five.
Norman Powell is
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
best six man. He should be a
Yeah.
fucking all-star. He's so good. He's
Let's
so
and I
fucking
and I want to talk about both LA teams actually because the Clippers right now have the best depth in the league. They got Mason Plumlee, they got Eric
yeah.
Gordon, they got
Plumlee
Bones
looked
Island,
good.
and they may be getting Russell Westbrook still.
Yeah.
And then you
Still.
also look at you already have the two superstars. You have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Kawhi Leonard, by the way, has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And you have the coach, Tyronn Lue, top three coach in the league. They have everything they need. They just need to play
Zubac.
together. They just need to play together for a little bit. They got rid of Luke Kennard. Good for them because he was playing awful this season.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, the Clippers are going to be, and they're flying under the radar because of the Suns, because of the Mavericks, and because they've just been disappointing because of injuries. I mean,
Yeah,
don't
I
sleep
think
on the Clippers.
their biggest hole like throughout the whole season because like at the start of the year I thought they were going to be the best team in the West. Obviously, that is never the case for the Clippers, and I should have
Yeah,
seen that. But it's they just couldn't beat good teams. It was so weird, and they didn't have a backup center. They play Zubac in weird minute segments. Like
they
some nights he'll play 35, and then other nights he'll play 15 minutes. It's
and I
so
think they're
weird.
I think they're finishing games with Plumlee in now, which is a
Yeah.
good move because Zubac is a great starting center, but Plumlee he allows more for your offense.
When
He
you
can
want to
move, he can
go,
pass, he can lob, he doesn't
he
have a
can run
shot,
the court.
but he can get fouled. If Zubac gets fouled, I don't know how confident I am in those free throws, but I
Whoa,
know
whoa. Doesn't Plumlee shoot free throws with like the left?
he makes them though. Have you watched him?
What is he shooting with his left hand this year? Does
Let's see.
doesn't he actually shoot free throws with his opposite hand?
Yeah.
I mean,
He
Zubac is
shoots not
bad.
just free throws, he shoots in general with his opposite hand.
Yeah, yeah, like in general.
Okay,
It's
never mind. He's not shooting great from the free throw
no,
line.
he
Both
shoots with
both of
his
them
other
suck.
hand. There's no way.
However,
But the most important thing about Plumlee is he's small and he can run the court. So if you want to go small, you can still throw Plumlee in there, like the Warriors throw in Draymond at the five. Draymond isn't
yeah,
any faster than Plumlee or more athletic, even for that much. I mean,
yeah,
Plumlee is just a great addition to their team, and he's different but the same as Zubac. So it was a
yeah.
great pickup by them.
Eric Gordon's a huge
Yeah,
improvement from
for
Luke
sure.
Kennard as well. Bones Highland's a much better backup point. I don't know if Bones Highland isn't starting, is he?
No,
Yeah,
no.
he's a much better backup point guard from what they had before. And if they
Yeah.
get Russ, I think Russ would thrive there. He's the third option on a team where they're not going to be. You don't have to play with LeBron James, and we'll talk about the Lakers next. Actually, but playing with LeBron James is really hard. It makes you better, but
You
it's
have
really
to
hard
be
to
a
play with
certain,
LeBron James because you're trying.
yeah,
It's like when you're playing with this like the varsity team, and you're trying to do everything you can to prove yourself instead of just actually having fun playing basketball. Because when you
exactly.
play with LeBron James, if you fuck up, you're not playing the rest of the game. You maybe get out of your way getting traded the next day. Team like it's a
That's what
joke.
happened once.
Like it is a joke that he's the GM and he trades everyone, but he does. You
No,
have to
yeah,
play at a certain level, and if he doesn't like you, you're out of there because he's LeBron James.
yeah. And
And
if you're able to adapt to his brand of basketball, like you guys could fuck around and win a championship together. But it is something that takes talent to
you
learn to
also
fit in with such a ball dominant player like
it
LeBron.
takes a lot of mental talent too, because you
Yeah,
even if you're bad and LeBron James is on your team, everyone but LeBron James will get blamed.
yeah.
Everyone.
Especially if
And
you're in
I
Los
hate
Angeles.
the narrative that LeBron James takes the most heat from the media. I mean, the man, Russell Westbrook, his entire character has been discredited over a year and a half because it hasn't worked out in LA. And I
Yeah,
understand that he was not good in LA, but you don't, but I mean, the media has been attacking him personally. It's
personally. And so
unbelievable.
fans, like
Yeah, it's crazy to
it's
me.
so tough.
I mean, just because he ruined LeBron's chances. No, he didn't ruin LeBron's chances in LA. LeBron ruined his chances in LA. He traded his whole team away. for
and
us.
just goes for a scoring record, which I mean the Lakers look good last night, by the way. D'Angelo Russell looks like
Yeah, and then
the
that's
guy
what I
to
want to
play
talk
in.
about too, because
Yeah.
now they have I don't want to hear another fucking excuse from a Lakers fan, from a LeBron fan, from an Anthony Davis fan. I don't care who. If you support the Lakers in any way, barring any injuries, there should be no excuse for you now. You have the depth, you have the shooting, you have the defense, you have the stars. You have a top two. Your duo is both our top 10 players in the league when healthy. You
Yeah.
have a team. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, we were the 13th seed. Nope, that's on you. You were the 13th seed because you couldn't win games before. You got everything you need. You have a team. You have the time to integrate this team. If you don't make it out of the at least the first round, I don't want to hear a single fucking excuse. That is an embarrassing loss. I don't care who you play. It is on you. You
Yeah.
make
I
it out of the
mean,
first round.
the like you said, the depth and the shooting is there, which is like the two biggest holes in the Lakers lineup. They filled them. And somehow they didn't have to give up both of those first round picks. They only had to give up one. I don't know how they did it. They got fucking six players at the deadline for like a first round pick and like 3 seconds or something. They
Yeah,
got
no, they.
six solid players like
I do
Mo
not
Bamba,
want to hear a single fucking
Hachimura,
excuse.
Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, and Malik
Beasley.
Beasley.
Wow,
Five.
wow. Oh, wait, you said D'Lo, yeah. They got, and I forgot Mobamba was even there. That's a great addition off the
Yeah,
bench.
he looked good last night.
I mean,
It's
this
it's
team, I just don't want to hear because been hearing for like 2 years, just excuse after an excuse. He needs this, he needs that. Okay, he's got everything now. Where's the excuse? You're gonna throw in another one? I can't wait to when they lose because they're not winning anything. I can't wait to see the excuses.
it's 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 a tough climb up from where they are right now. And
That's on them though.
are they better than? I mean, I can't say Phoenix because we don't know how
I mean,
Phoenix is.
I mean,
Are
you're
they
not better
better
than
than
on paper. You're
Denver?
not better than Phoenix. I mean, on paper they match up with the Clippers. On paper they match. They're better than the Warriors on paper. They're better than Memphis on paper. They're better than Dallas. I mean, you have LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. I don't know. Like people
Yeah.
forgot how good these guys
On
are.
paper, yeah. They're probably still the
You're
best team in the
better
West
than
on paper.
Dallas, Memphis, Golden State. You're not better than Denver. You're not better than Phoenix. Those are the only two teams, at
Yeah,
least
maybe
on
those
paper.
two.
But everyone else, I mean, you're better than the Kings for sure. The Kings, I
What
feel
team?
bad for the
What
Kings.
what team has two top 10 players in the league? The only other team is maybe Denver or Phoenix.
Maybe. And Devin Booker's probably top 15, not 10.
Yeah, but that's it. And
And the
they
Lakers are
just got
deeper.
assembled as
And the
well.
Lakers are deeper than Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix has more talent, I would say, but the Lakers are deeper. Denver, and this is the last team in the West before we talk about the Bulls. The Denver Nuggets
We haven't talked
are
about
still
this.
the Denver Nuggets are still the favorite. They are still the best team in the
Yeah.
Western Conference. They have
Yeah.
the back-to-back MVP on their team. Jamal Murray has been playing much better. Aaron Gordon's been playing like an all-star this year. I think he was snubbed. Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
is a certified bucket. You added Thomas Bryant to have
ACP
someone
is
to give
so
Jokic a
nice
break.
for them. He's shooting 45% from
KCP is
three this year.
fantastic. That team has the depth, they have the defense, they have everything they need,
You say
and
they
the
added Thomas
chemistry.
Bryant at center too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm.
like over DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan is the worst center. He's the worst, not center. He's the worst fucking player in the league.
He's so bad. I
Worst
can't believe
player.
he still has a job. I mean, the fact
He
that Dwight Howard
Dwight
hasn't
Howard is
played.
better than him.
Yeah,
Wait, did
I
you
know.
just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. We're on like the same wavelength. All right, let's get into the Bulls because this shit is a train wreck.
You can start because I got
Yeah,
one to say.
okay. All right. Sweet. We're on a 5 game losing streak right now.
You want to
All right.
list the games that we lost too?
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up. Don't worry. We'll start off with last night because I know that's just the most recent one. We were up by 24 points to the Indiana Pacers. We've recently been in the same situation because we were up 20 points against them like last week and we blew it.
Yep.
And we did it again
Of
last
course.
night.
Of course we
Of
did.
course we did. Of course we did. No
Hey,
DeMar.
hey,
Is that a
you
good
can't
thing or a
keep the
bad
lead.
thing? I don't know.
I mean,
We
you
fucking
gotta. Yeah, keep
uh,
going. Sorry.
no. You go. You
No, no,
go.
no, no, no. Do you have the games up?
Uh, dude, like my computer's on Yahoo.
Here, I'll
It's
get the games up. You can just talk about what you want, and then I'll get them up.
all right. So no DeMar last night, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Zach LaVine seems to play better when DeMar's not in the lineup, but a thing about Zach LaVine, I swear to God, yes, he put up 38 points. That shit is empty. They're empty stats. Like at the end of the game, he loses all IQ he has in life, basically. Just starts shitting the ball down his leg. He can't create his own shot. Like what happened to the Vooch Levine pick and roll? Where did that go last night for the last 8 minutes of the game? I know they're our best two players.
It's
Why
gone.
are we setting a high? It's a pick and roll league. Everybody does it all fucking game. Why do we go away from it with 8 minutes left in the game when we're now down by eight instead of, or not down eight, up eight instead of 24? I don't get it. We go back to what we were doing. Everybody shot well from three last night too, which is the most frustrating part
Yep.
because we are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, and that's been a big problem for us actually for 2 full seasons now. We can't shoot. We don't
No,
take a lot of threes and we don't make a lot of threes. But we
no.
shot damn well from three last night and still blew a 24-point lead, the second long biggest through any or from any team for the whole season. And we shot well from three. So what the fuck is the problem? Levine had 38 points. Where was Patrick Williams at the end of the game? He didn't even fucking play. I can't with this team. We're the seventh worst team in basketball, and we should be
Maybe the
looking
sixth now.
to improve on that. Be the sixth worst team, then the fifth worst team, because we're not gonna get any fucking better. We're so
Yeah.
bad.
So let me just go to the last 5 games. In the last 5 games, how many of the games do you think we were winning entering the fourth quarter?
Three.
It was 4. We were leading against the Grizzlies with no DeMar DeRozan, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Leading
right.
against the Nets. We were leading against the Cavs, who are a great team. We weren't leading against the Magic, but don't worry, we still lost the Magic because they suck.
They hate.
And we lost to the Pacers, leading going to the fourth in that game. So the Bulls choked 4 of those 5 games because you had every ability in the game to win that. You'd set yourself up perfectly, and you lost.
This was
I think
something that we were the best in the league at last
last
year,
year, correct.
winning
And
close games.
And I think the problem is DeMar DeRozan has returned to earth. He is no longer the king of the fourth quarter. He is just DeMar DeRozan from the San Antonio Spurs. He is the DeMar DeRozan that will get you 20 points. He's the DeMar DeRozan we thought we were getting when we got him originally. He is the one that's going to get you 20 points to 23 points per night. And it's going to be no defense played by him. And he is not
Not
going to pass the ball very much.
nope.
And I
Black
thought,
hole. If you
and he
thought
doesn't.
Carmelo Anthony was a black hole, this man is he's a
Yep.
black hole.
And it annoys me that even with him out, Patrick Williams still does not know how to shoot the basketball. I think he's forgotten. Someone needs to go knock his ass out and remind him how to shoot the fucking ball
Knock
because
him out.
I don't know if people realize he shoots 40% from three.
Oh, really? Is that the best on the team?
Yeah,
Oh,
crazy,
yeah,
right?
he
Yeah.
is.
So
It's
yeah,
actually like top 15 in the league.
yeah, right.
How many shots does he take a game?
Maybe 10. And
Maybe.
then you look, okay, so you got to blame P. Will partly. You can't blame DeMar when DeMar's not playing. Well, Billy Donovan, you want to drop a play for him? A play or two? Like,
DeMar
can the
DeMar
first play
will
of the game go to
rebound the
him?
ball. DeMar will rebound it, take the ball up the court on a fast break, and enter the post on
Oh
somebody.
yeah,
He will on a fast fucking break, he will do it. I swear to
can't
God, he
and
does it. If you don't watch Bulls games, you wouldn't know, but he fucking does
every
it.
time someone needs to look into if DeMar DeRozan is paying Billy Donovan extra on the side because Billy Donovan rides this man so fucking much. I mean, DeMar DeRozan every time he's on the court, Billy Donovan runs all the offense through him. And I mean, he doesn't even give anyone else a chance. And DeMar DeRozan, last year I understood when everyone was injured and it was just DeMar and Vooch. Billy, you have a team again. Do you know how to coach? He
Yeah,
hasn't
I don't
made
know
an,
if
I
you
haven't seen him make an adjustment since we got DeMar DeRozan to Chicago.
adjustments are tough for Billy for sure. He cracks under pressure, doesn't know what to do at all. He props to Billy, he did call a nice play after Levine missed the free throw to put us down 4, basically. So we needed a 4-point play. That shit wasn't going to happen, but he drew up a nice play for a 3. The first nice play I've actually seen him draw up out of a fucking timeout all season. The first one.
Right.
Being, of course, airballs the 3, but that's besides the point. Billy actually did draw up a nice play, but like you said, he doesn't make adjustments. I
We just
watched Donovan Mitchell drop 72 on us. He got doubled 0 times, was it? 0 times? Was Vooch still
You're
switching
up.
onto him at the end of the fucking game? Vooch, this man had Donovan Mitchell had 65 points. Why is Vooch on him out there on an
I
island?
mean, I couldn't tell you. I could.
I went to the Rockets game, the Rockets Bulls game, the worst fucking team in the league. The Rockets are. They're so bad. They had Kevin Porter Jr. dribble the ball up the court. Sengun would come set a screen on him. It's a Kevin Porter Jr. on Vooch isolation and a Jalen Green on Vooch isolation the entire game. Billy doesn't do a
I
fucking
mean, what?
thing.
You can't
They
help
just
but
cooked them.
laugh. It's so bad when I mean it's not even like oh we don't know basketball and like we don't know what they're trying to do. No, I mean I know a decent amount of basketball. You do. So does every other. A lot of Bulls fans and podcasts that we listen to also say the exact same thing. They don't make adjustments. They don't play hard. They don't care. If you're winning by 24 points in a game and you lose, that means you showed no effort. That means you don't care, and that means that you're just not a good basketball team.
They don't care.
And they're not playing for themselves. What city do they play for, Graham? They play for the Chicago Bulls. Who built that? They play in the house that Michael Jordan built. Michael Jordan won 6 championships for us. He before there was the Mamba mentality, there was Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan's mentality is unmatched. Kobe is the closest thing to it. And that mentality was do anything to win, have an insane amount of dedication and hard work. No one on the Bulls has hard work or dedication. Not a
No, no, no,
single
no, no,
player,
no,
not a
no,
single coach, not a single man in the front office has
no,
any dedication or hard work to winning a basketball
no,
game.
no.
Because if we did, we wouldn't lose to Houston. We have losses to Houston, San Antonio, Charlotte. Those are 3 of the worst teams in the league. We have losses to Orlando, another one of the worst teams in the league.
Indiana twice. Like it's pretty bad. We lose to
What?
OKC every
What?
time.
Yeah, we've lost OKC twice. I'm not saying OKC has not had a better season, but we're better than them. We should be. I guess we're not. Sorry.
We
I'm
have
done.
more
I'm
talent.
done
We
saying we're
have more
better.
talent.
Yeah, I'm done saying we're better than teams because we're only better on paper. We have more talent than it, we're probably 20th to 15th in the league in talent on the team, and we lose to all the teams worse than us all the time. And then brings
Yep.
us to the front office because it is time to make a change. Billy Donovan, I don't know why we extended him. Fire him. Not no, I'm not
Fire him.
saying get rid of AK. I'm saying, but he needs to start doing something, or he needs to go
Yeah,
because
but like, yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's
no.
still waiting. He's still waiting for Lonzo Ball to come back next year and save us. Guess what? Even with Lonzo Ball, we're probably a 5th seed at best. Did he really think Lonzo Ball is saving us last year? Even with Lonzo, we went on that 8-game winning streak, right? And each game was against a bad team, and we had to have DeMar DeRozan hit two buzzer beaters in a back-to-back game, and have to have some luck with free throws to win 4 of those 8 games.
Was
We
that
weren't
with
playing.
Lonzo?
Yeah, that was with Lonzo. We were not playing at a good enough level to be a championship team. We were winning games still, but we were not a championship team. Lonzo Ball does not
We
solve
weren't
all our issues
beating
when he comes back.
Milwaukee in the
So
first
right.
round.
So here's the question: what do we do next? Billy Donovan needs to go. He does not work for this team that we have now. He has to be in a system where there's no adversity, which really shouldn't be a head. So he shouldn't be a head coach at all, in my opinion. Secondly, DeMar DeRozan needs to leave. I know you said Zach LaVine has a lot of empty stats, and I agree. He does. He has plenty of games where it's just empty stats, but he
He's the
looks
dumbest player in the
much,
league.
much better without DeMar DeRozan on his team. And I think if you got us a legit first option, a like top 10 to 15 player in the league, Zach LaVine would look great. So DeMar DeRozan needs to leave. Billy Donovan needs to go. You need to figure out what to do with your bench players that you have. Figure out what Patrick Williams, you need to figure out what you want to do with him. You're gonna have to sign him to some sort of deal soon. Do you still have faith in him, or do you let him go?
Who, he will?
Yeah, do you trade him or do you let him go? The front office needs to
You
make
have a
decisions.
lot more generous. I want fucking everyone. I want Levine gone maybe more than anyone else on the team. I actually, if there was one player I would want not on the fucking Bulls next year, it would be Zach LaVine. And a lot of that is due to his fucking contract. It's massive, and he's going to be overpaid for all 4 years of that.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, if we get rid of Levine and we
Is it
keep
5 years?
DeMar and we let DeMar play well and then trade him at the deadline next year, fine.
Yeah, but like I trade him too in the fucking offseason. I
Oh, I
maybe
would trade
resign Vooch
him.
and trade his
I,
bitch
I
ass
mean, I
too.
would let Vooch walk. Vooch can go. I mean,
Yeah.
if he wants more than $10 million a year, he can leave. I'm not paying you anything, not a dime.
So the Bulls also have a what was it, 6.8% chance at the first pick in the draft. Like it,
I,
a little 9%
let's
chance
just be
at the second.
bad. Let's just be bad and
Let's
maybe
do it.
something in the Chicago. Since I've
We
been a
get,
Chicago Bulls fan, we have never had luck go our way once. Once. Derrick
dude,
Rose was injured
dude.
his ACL in 2011. We have a team with Jimmy Butler, Pau Gasol, Joakim Noah, and then LeBron James is a buzzer beater at the end of the game, and then we're down, and then the series is 2-2 now instead of 3-1. We
Then
trade
we
Jimmy Butler away. Chris Dunn, bust. Larry Markin, we trade. Now he's an all-star. Zach LaVine was the best thing we got, and we ended up paying him $40 million for some reason.
move Bobby Portis for nothing. He's really good now. Couple moves like that sprinkled in between. We had a little Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo run where we were an 8
Oh, and
seed.
guess what? Rondo,
That
I'll
was
go up 2-1. What happens to Rondo? Get hurt. Or go up
yeah.
2-0. Sorry, 2-0. Rondo gets hurt, and we lose that series.
Yep.
Now, the
So
thing of, I mean, maybe this is the year. Maybe everything that we've been backed into a corner so badly that we just are ass for the rest of the year. And maybe we get a top four.
oh
Maybe we
yeah,
get
we
a
don't
top
have much
four pick.
luck in the lottery as well. Our one lucky time, because
Was
we got the
Patrick
seventh
Williams.
pick 3 years in a row,
Was Patrick Williams.
and we moved up to the fourth pick and got fucking P. Will, who's
And remember, that was the draft.
talented.
That was a draft too, where there was only three good players.
Yeah,
There was only three, and we were the fourth. I wouldn't really
yeah.
call that lucky. I would call that a
Wait,
team because it
was
was
that
LaMelo,
Zion
it
Ja?
was
Oh,
Edwards, it
oh,
was
okay.
Wiseman, it was LaMelo. Those were the three that were going to be good. Two of the three have panned out. Wiseman's going to be better in Detroit, and then we were
Look good in
right there,
Detroit.
right there. We would have had LaMelo Ball. We were right there, and we didn't get him. And
Sad.
now here we are on a 5-game losing streak. Not going to make the play-in. That means that we are a worse than 10th in the Eastern Conference somehow. Somehow. I don't see any move being made. All I hear is a preaching of continuity. And then when they don't preach continuity, they say we're going to do anything we can to make the team better. Well, you didn't do anything you can to make the team better, and continuity is not doing a damn thing for you. So where do you go?
Terrible.
What do you do? Do I just sit here and not watch the Bulls game for the rest of the year because I know we're going to lose?
That's what it's come to. You just check the score at the end of the game to see if we improved our lottery odds and move on from to the
Yeah,
next one.
you see how Patrick Williams played, and you see how the lottery odds are looking, and
Yeah,
then
you see how many fucking shots Patrick Williams took in the game.
I would like a game where Billy Donovan just says, you know what, we're going to try something new. Patrick Williams, you're going to take 20 shots tonight.
It should
I don't
happen.
care if you're
Jalen
missing.
Terry should get more
You
minutes.
could
I
go
don't
two
care.
of 20 for all I care. You're taking 20 shots. If I was the coach, and maybe this isn't why, and maybe this is why I will never be an NBA coach, but I would give Patrick Williams the ball for 20 shots. I would say, you know what, we suck already. We're going to lose. Why doesn't Patrick Williams just go out there and get 20, 25 shots a game? For the last 10 games of the season, because we all know we're not making the play-in anymore, this just is going downhill. Let's find a way to sit Levine. Let's find a way to sit DeMar. Let's find a way to sit Vooch. Let's give them fake injuries. And then let's play Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
And let's let Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and Ayo Dosunmu run the team.
Are we gonna pay Kobe White this offseason? He's gonna
No,
want 15 million. He's gone. He's gone.
we're
He's
revamping
gonna
the
want
roster.
he's gonna
Under
want
Drummond,
15
under
million dollars a
Drummond, you
year.
can go. Derek Jones Jr., you can go.
Gone. Gone.
Patrick Williams, and Ayo may be the only two players I want to keep. Everyone else can just go.
Fucking Io sucks too.
Yeah, but I still like Ayo's potential. He's a 6'4" combo
Yeah, no,
guard.
we'll keep him. I mean, we still
I
have
think
Dwight
I
Howard.
think I think we're
Oh,
trying to play him in the wrong way. Billy Donovan, this is another thing that goes on you. Why are you trying to play out? I would assume I know you have to play him as a point guard right now, but he is not a point guard. We need to go out and get a true point guard.
he can't
He,
score though. He can't score either.
which means that means he needs to develop his scoring. That means he needs to get himself a bag in the offseason. He needs to realize, hey, I don't have the handle, nor the court vision, nor the IQ to be a point guard in the NBA, a true point guard. But if I can develop a consistent 3-point shot, if I can continue to drive to the rim and go against guys that are shorter than me, I can get 10 to 15 points off the bench. And he's a bench player too. He is not a starter in the league. He will be a very, very good bench player in the league if he meets. That's his potential. He's a very good bench player. He's not a starter though.
We fucking suck, dude.
And what
I'm
do we do with
so
Lonzo?
mad.
What do we do with Lonzo? Because
Yeah,
apparently Lonzo is AK's savior, and you're gonna put all the pressure on a guy who hasn't played a year and a
Lonzo's
half.
never. We should just assume on this podcast from now on, Lonzo Ball will never come back to play for the Chicago Bulls.
I
He
mean, it's sad. It's really,
it
really
it it's it has now been a full calendar year, correct? Because he got
longer
hurt
than a full
4 years
calendar
ago.
year.
Yeah. And he's not fucking close to coming back. He's not playing this season, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
No, like there's no shot.
no, I
No
mean,
shot.
there's no shot in hell. I mean, he's never gonna play again, but definitely not this year.
Definitely not this year. Maybe next year. I would
That's and
doubt it.
that's
I would put my
definitely
money
not
on
to
him
start.
not. I would
I
be
put my money on him not. I'd throw everything on him to not start the season playing, and I would put a decent
yeah,
amount of money on him not playing after the All Star break either next year.
that's so fucking terrible.
And we're paying him $25 million.
Oh, and another thing we haven't mentioned about the Bulls yet as well. If our pick isn't top 4 this year, it's not ours. It's Orlando's from the Nikola Vucevic trade. Just a little reminder to all you Bulls fans out there who were like, "Oh yeah, let's go to the lottery." Even though I'm one of those guys, like we might not get that pick, and then we're really fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that we
And it's
can't
gonna
do the
happen.
lottery.
Knowing our luck, it's gonna fucking happen.
The thing is, we can't do the lottery, right? But that's the best option we have. And,
Oh
and
yeah,
knowing our luck, we're gonna be like, oh my god, we're gonna get the fifth. We're gonna be at number 5. And we're gonna be like, oh my god, we may get the top 4. We're gonna get the 5th pick in the draft. By the way, this draft class, 1
or we're
through
just
15,
we
the entire lottery is stacked. The entire lottery.
yeah, they're all really good.
Would have been nice to have a pick this year. Would
Yeah,
have been
like
real
even like
nice.
the 7th pick or 6th or
Had
5th.
I known that the plan to build around Zach and Vooch was DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo Ball, I wouldn't have done it.
You would have done it.
I like Lonzo Ball. I would have done Lonzo Ball. You and I were very happy when we got DeMar, but we gotta but that's just because we hadn't done something in so long
Yeah, we
that
were
we were
like
like,
fucking
oh, at least
finally,
we'll make the play, and we're like, oh, we'll make the playoffs now. I think
and then we'll build on that. But
coming back down to earth, and I wish I would have come back down to earth earlier because they gave us so much hope when the season started last year. But I mean, we should have realized just the way that this team plays that
it's
it's
just
so
another.
dependent that if we're so dependent on one person being in the game, we're not good.
Yeah, we're not.
It's a shame.
It's total
And
isolation offense.
we have no direction. So I think we're just gonna be and it sounds like AK just wants to be mid. It's really sad that our front office is like, we'll be mid. We'll just be mid. Okay.
No, it doesn't sound like that because he doesn't say that. He
Yeah.
says if there's something wrong, he will fix it. And there's something fucking wrong. And you're
I mean,
not
okay,
fixing
you
shit.
got till the end of this offseason to make a change. I don't know
Before
if it's
what?
to fix
Before
it.
Reinsdorf does what? Reinsdorf, you're not doing shit. If you're watching this podcast, Jerry Reinsdorf, fucking do something. Go
Yeah,
into the
because we
luxury
all
tax.
know because Jerry Reinsdorf's definitely tuning in to beat the buzzer.
Yeah,
But
why wouldn't he?
yeah, I would. Uh God, Jerry Reinsdorf, cheap fuck.
Yeah, he's a fuck.
I
Oh
mean,
my God,
if I
fuck
was in
those
that
people.
position, the Warriors GM went into like $100 million in luxury
He
tax.
doesn't care. But also, that's because his franchise is going up billions, literal billions of dollars.
But like I mentioned this earlier, Graham, we are the franchise that Michael Jordan played for.
Oh, that's
You know how much money
right.
he has?
Yeah, how much money Michael Jordan made him? Oh, billions? Was it billions? Yeah,
The
it definitely
Chicago
was.
Bulls are a national. There's a reason when we went to Paris that one, we were one of the teams that went, and two, there was 75% Bulls fans. The Bulls fans are a global brand. The Chicago Bulls are a global brand. He makes plenty of money. He can go into luxury tax by a couple $1 million to go get us a better player.
Yeah, but
Does he
like
realize that it's a risk to a reward?
not with this fucking team.
No, but I mean in the offseason.
What are we gonna what are we gonna do with
I'm
the
not
offseason?
going to give up on the front office yet because I understand not making moves at the deadline. I'm pissed that we didn't, but at
Me
least I
too.
can understand it. But if we don't make a move in the offseason and we're coming back with a relatively if there's not some big shakeup and we come back with a relatively similar team, I lose faith. Because this team's not getting it done. If you stay with this team and say, let's wait for Lonzo and add some better role players, you're telling me you're okay with being a 5 seed.
There's no way we do that, right?
I mean, I
I
didn't think
mean,
we'd do that. I didn't think we'd do it this offseason, and we did.
dude, if we lose the lottery, we might have to do it.
If we lose the lottery, we just blow it up still.
Still,
And then we try to trade for a pick.
fuck it. I would.
We try
You
to
would
trade. I mean,
force Patrick Williams to take 25 shots a night. Holy shit, that would be something.
yeah. I
I
mean,
swear to God, he could average 20 a game if he looked engaged at all during a game.
we must have just talked about the Bulls for 15 to 20 minutes, and all that I got from the conversation is I don't know what we're gonna do.
And we fucking suck.
Yeah.
Is our video
So
gonna get like demonetized because
no, I doubt it.
all right,
Yeah.
fuck
I mean, at the end of the day, the Bulls fucking suck. YouTube, come here and watch this video and fucking demonetize me for saying that the Bulls are fucking
remember when you think we were on the phone about Kevin Durant like we were in the off season?
I
Just like,
doubt it.
hey, no
I
way.
mean, I don't think so. I don't think they thought we were moving. I don't think the league thought Kevin Durant would get moved before the deadline.
I mean, Phoenix thought he would.
Yeah, but Phoenix has been on his tip since the minute.
Memphis thought he would.
Well, also Durant never wanted to come to Chicago.
Oh, what?
Phoenix was his preferred destination, and although didn't have a no trade clause, Brooklyn did the right thing by doing right by him because the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant sat through 4 years of hell, and all he did was go on the court and play basketball. And he had to
Yeah,
deal with James Harden, he had to deal with Kyrie, and he had to deal with this season's John. He had to deal with Steve Nash. He dealt with all that bullshit. It was good of the Nets to get him to the team that he wanted to go to,
I
and
agree.
they got a good package.
And
But
they got a great package. Yeah.
at the end of the day, Bulls still suck. The NBA is starting to
Oh,
piss me off.
if you're still watching the pod right now, go and do your homework on Reggie Theus. It's Zach Levine, but he played for the Bulls in like after the Jordan era, and he averaged like 22, 23 a game. Does that sound familiar? And they fucking sucked. Does that sound familiar at all? Yeah, it's Zach Levine. He just fills up empty stats every single game.
How much did Reggie Theus get paid, Graham? I know it wasn't $40 million a year.
Yeah, but first of all, it's back in the day, and second of all, he was probably the highest paid Bull on the team.
No, but that's my point. He is Zach Levine,
He
but
is.
but Zach Levine is still getting paid probably double what he was.
Probably more.
Right.
Yeah.
Which goes to show Zach Levine is not worth $40 million. The other option was for him to leave. I thought Zach Levine would come back this season with chip on his shoulder.
Ooh, if we ran through players right now, Jalen Brunson's better than Levine. He's better
Actually, yeah.
than.
Actually, I mean, I'm bored. Let's do this right now.
Fuck it. This is gonna be an hour-long pod.
Let's go. I'm gonna go through each team, and we're just gonna do the Eastern Conference because I bet I can name 25 players in the East better than Zach Levine. Tatum,
Jesus
Brown.
Christ. Wait. Let me pull up standings. Let me pull up standings. I want to go through this with you.
All right, let me know when you.
25? You think you could name 25 in the East better than him?
Yeah, probably. Jalen
All right.
Brown, Jason Tatum, two on Boston. I'll leave it there. I'd put Drew Holiday. I would put Giannis and a
Wait,
healthy.
wait. Are we talking about who we'd rather have?
Well,
Would
yeah,
you
but that goes into who's better though.
would
I
you
mean,
rather have
because I would say Drew Holiday is better than Zach Levine. Their
Oh,
scoring,
I'd rather have Drew Holiday, no question.
and
Would
I would
you
say a
rather
healthy
have
Chris Middleton healthy,
Yeah, oh, no doubt.
and then Giannis.
That's not even what I'm asking. I'm asking, would you rather have a healthy Robert Williams or Marcus Smart or Zach
No,
LaVine?
just because Zach Levine adds a different dimension when it comes to scoring than both
Okay,
those do. But
okay.
I see your point, but just not for this purpose.
All
Levine,
right, we're at
Tatum,
five.
yeah, Philly, Harden, and Embiid. And Maxey is close. I'm not going to
Maxey's
put him
close,
there
but
yet.
it's not
So
Maxey,
at
no.
7, Cleveland, I can name 3. Evan
Maybe
Mobley,
four.
Donovan
I'd have
Mitchell,
all
and
four.
Darius Garland. I'm not going to say Jared Allen because he doesn't have the same offensive game.
I'd say Jared Allen.
Okay, so let's
Fuck
say
him.
we're at shit. Or is that 10 or 11?
Jared Allen would put it at 11.
All right. On Brooklyn, would you rather have Mikal Bridges or Zach
One,
LaVine?
no doubt. Give me Mikal Bridges.
All
That's
right, so then we're at 12. But to be honest, everyone else on Brooklyn,
Give me fucking Claxton. Give me
oh, not
Claxton.
yet, not yet, not yet.
Give me
Not for me,
Claxton.
not yet.
Give me the
Um,
contract. Give me. They signed like a 4-year deal, bruh, for
all
like
right.
10 million a year.
What? Okay, so you're at 13 then.
Yeah, I'm at 13.
All right, I'm at 11. Brunson and
Miami's
Julius
got two.
Randle. Brunson and Julius Randle on the Knicks is
Brunson.
13 for me.
Okay, that's 15 for me.
Miami, Jimmy Butler and Bam. That's 7. That's 15 for me, 17 for you. Atlanta, Trey Young. That's
Wait,
it.
wait, wait. Wait, 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 wait. Is RJ Barrett better than him? Fuck it. I mean,
No, 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 no. Better
you know
defender, not
RJ
not
Barrett,
not not good enough on offense yet. Was exactly no, no. I
but
mean, if I
he's
put
actually
Trey,
like,
if I say Trey Young, that's 16. If I say Siakam, that's 17. Washington has Beal. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have Bradley Beal than like the same player. Actually, no, I wouldn't because he gets paid even more. So Washington is no one I'd rather have. Indiana, I'd rather have Tyrese Halliburton. I'd rather have Tyrese Halliburton. That's
fucking
19.
Miles
I
Turner
think that's
too.
19. And then there's no one else below that. Okay, so I got to
Give me
19.
Paolo, give me LaMelo, and give me Cade Cunningham. I actually let me take Cade Cunningham back because that's
So
a
he got
stretch.
to so Graham got to like 24, 25.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
to
up
around
there,
20.
dude. And
I
there's
mean,
more guys. There's
but
more guys.
it is
I take
just
Miles
clear
Turner.
Zach Levine's value, especially because of his contract, has made him so much worse. And he's 27, 28 now. We know what he is. Zach
Yeah,
LaVine is never going to be better. I kept holding out hope for him to develop his defensive playmaking. Zach LaVine is what he is. He's not going to be better than this. He's going to be a 24, 25 point per game scorer for the rest of his career. And that's the best he's going to be.
it's only gonna get worse actually because his athleticism is gonna go down even more than it has. If you think he could do that same dunk he did for the Timberwolves in the dunk contest
No,
right now, you're
there's a reason he doesn't do it. He's had multiple knee
you're,
surgeries.
you're tripping. He
He's
can't
not the
do it.
same player. I mean, we've been rambling on now for like a long ass time, so we'll end it here
Yeah.
for today. But the Bulls suck. The West is crazy competitive. The playoffs will be fun to watch, but if you're a Bulls fan, don't worry. We won't even be in the
We'll
playoffs.
be watching the lottery.
Yeah, we'll be watching. Get ready for that lottery. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.